Hey, what's up everyone? Baller here. This is the fourth game for today, January 12, 2024 NBA Game Day. This is Charlotte Hornets going up against San Antonio Spurs. This one will happen at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be 9 o'clock a.m. here in Manila. I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. Approaching this game, Charlotte Hornets, they got a record of 8 wins and 27 losses, while the San Antonio Spurs, they got a record of 6 wins and 30 losses. Obviously, these two teams are, some of the worst that we have this season. As we all know, we actually provide free picks right here in our YouTube channel. But for those who would want to avail our premium picks or premium packages, you might want to reach us through Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, or even Messenger. Just check on the descriptions of our videos and you would see the details right there. Alright, San Antonio Spurs, they would have the home court advantage on this. And believe it or not, San Antonio Spurs, they got some momentum approaching this game because they are coming off that convincing win over Detroit Pistons. While their opponent, Charlotte Hornets, approaching this game, they are on the 3-game losing slump. Now, it's not just that, The Spurs, they have actually won twice out of their last 10 games, while the Hornets, they have just won once. So really, relatively, the Spurs have been playing a bit better over Charlotte Hornets lately. In terms of fatigue, both teams are coming off rest, so we can just skip that part. And let's just go ahead and go straight towards health and availability for both teams. Starting with San Antonio Spurs, this is pretty much the same story that we had when they went up against Detroit. Two of their bigs, Zach Collins and Charles Bassey, are both out. And we have Sissoko also listed as out for the Spurs, so that's a total of 3 players out for them. Now for Charlotte Hornets, those who are confirmed out would be Mark Williams and Gordon Hayward. So those are two of their core players. And we got P.J. Washington, Cody Martin, Frank Ntilikina, and LaMelo Ball, all listed as questionable or game time decision for this particular game. So I gotta say that San Antonio Spurs, they still have, a slight advantage over Charlotte Hornets. I know 4 players are now upgraded into game time decision, but I have a feeling that out of those 4, in a good day, maybe they would just have like 1 or maybe 2 playing for them. I can't imagine all 4 will be suiting up and will be playing for Charlotte. I don't think they would actually rush things now, especially that highly likely they will not make it to the playoffs anyway. So they can just go ahead and just try to make sure that everything is okay before they would actually let anyone play. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so San Antonio Spurs, they got some momentum over that convincing win against Detroit. They are at home. I know Charlotte Hornets, they have this, they are actually hoping that they would actually have a ball back. LaMelo is actually tagged as questionable for this game. So, again, just like what I said earlier, yes, since he is now tagged as questionable, there is this possibility, but we all know that whenever a player is tagged as questionable, the probability is not that high. And even if he would actually come back, that would just actually affect the number of touches that Rozier has been getting previously. Not only that, the number of touches that Brandon Miller also has. LaMelo Ball, as we all know, he is a willing passer, but of course he also takes a lot of shots, meaning that the ball stays with him a lot, and he would actually eat up some touches that were being distributed previously towards Rozier, Brandon Miller, and even Bridges, because Charlotte Hornets, as you can see, they actually run some isolation plays towards Bridges. So I'm I'm gonna pick San Antonio Spurs. This is actually a tough matchup. This is a battle of two struggling teams. But if you take a look at it, if you take a look at San Antonio Spurs, you can see that they are actually gaining some momentum. You can see that they are having fun and they are having confidence. As compared to Charlotte Hornets, they are working hard. Don't get me wrong; they are hustling, and I appreciate them for that. But towards the end of the game, they still end up losing by the spread. Like San Antonio Spurs, if you guys could remember, they actually had very close games against very good teams like Milwaukee Bucks and Cleveland Cavaliers. So that's actually a huge testament for the Spurs. And then when they went up against a team who is struggling, that's Detroit, they actually took care of them. So I'm actually looking at it that way on this particular matchup. They would bump into Charlotte Hornets, and they are a bit better now. I'm talking about Spurs, right? They are a bit better now. They are more confident. They are at home, and most importantly, they got Wemby. Right. So my pick on this one would be the Spurs. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I did not mention the spread, right? It's actually minus 1.5, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Where is it? Yep, it's minus 1.5 towards the San Antonio Spurs. I apologize if I were not able to mention it earlier. So it's San Antonio Spurs minus 1.5. Again, that's the Spurs minus 1.5. Peace out, Pasay love, and God bless.